Hello and welcome back to Process of Elimination. My name is Mary Dennis, and last time we told everyone to work under the assumption that we are the killer so that they could all finally work together. And afterwards, Ideal Detective walks in and is like, you know what? Maybe he isn't the, main suspect. We should probably think a little differently. And we met the rest of the crew, the rest of the detectives, barring one. And afterwards, we started investigating using this SRPG map grid-like thing in order to find evidence and find more evidence and keep finding more evidence. And while we were doing this, we were attacked by number 4, the renegade detective, and he was choking the life out of us before, well, he was stopped by Ideal Detective. And he's really aggressive, really sus, but apparently he's really smart. But we end up finishing the investigation, and that's where we are currently. I decided to start here because it seems like I'm like saving right in between ending this investigation and finishing off the case, I believe. We've definitely got some evidence, but right now, let's head into it. Okay.
最高にときめく指示だったぞ。君がそばにいてくれて本当に良かった。
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Can I open? Okay, no. I want to see what my.
お疲れ様。
Oh, I can get them to repeat it.
皆に暖炉のあるリビングへ集まるよう指示を出したから、私たちも向かうとしよう。
I want to see what evidence we have. So right now we have load, roster, lexicon, options, and title, but we don't have access to our evidence, unfortunately. So I remember actually while editing, I realized that there was a chandelier contraption that is in the foyer or like the main open area. And I realized that might have been the thing that almost dropped on us when we entered the building. So that might have been like an automatic system to make it so that would activate, whatever contraption that was being made. But I still don't really have all the pieces. I'm probably going to figure this out during the discussion, or I wonder if it's going to be a trial or not. Because in Danganronpa they had like class trials, but we'll see.
私たち全員でこの複雑怪奇な事件の真相を解明しようじゃないか。
You already know the results. Please tell me.
理想さん。
I called out to stop Ideal as we make our way back.
教えてください。僕をこの島に呼んだ本当の理由って何なんですか?
Alright, that's still a mystery, although I'm pretty sure she's the girl that we knew from 10 years ago. Maybe she was still alive, but maybe they conducted some kind of experiment on her that stressed her out and her hair became white? I'm not sure. I can't help but ask. I need to know the rest of what she was going to say earlier. After all, why would someone as bumbling as myself be invited to stand amongst a talented crowd of detectives like this? And for the chief of the DA to place so much trust in me, it's nothing short of a bizarre adventure.
自分の実力は自分が一番分かっています。あなたの寵愛を受けるほど僕は優秀じゃありません。それにあなたは明らかに僕を見知った様子だ。一体僕に何をさせたいんですか？僕みたいな素人がこの島で何をしろって言うんですか？
Sorry, I'll tell you this in a few chapters because we're short on time right now. My shouts echo down the hall as every pent-up question I have comes bursting out at once. I just can't understand why this world-famous detective would act so cryptic towards me.
すまない。意地悪が過ぎたな。
Ideal gives a wry smirk, then scratches her cheek.
君の困り顔が見たいと、私の中のいたずら坊やが悪さをしてしまってな。君が自分から気づいてくれるまで黙っておこうかと思っていたんだ。
The inner devil. Oh gosh, she is a sadist.
まあ、10年ぶりの再会なんだ。サプライズをしたいという私の心情も汲んでくれると嬉しいな。ワト君。
Oh. So she's just gonna come out with it. I thought this would be like a lingering, obvious secret that would be like held until like the second to last case or something.
10年ぶりの再会？それに、ワト君って。
Dun dun. Could it really be? My heart catches in my throat. Only one person, someone I met 10 years ago, called me by that name. Wait, only one person has ever called you by your first name? Oh my god. But there's just no way.
ずっと再会する日を夢見てきたんだ。探偵同盟への加入が決まった君をこの会議に呼んでしまうのも無理からぬというものだろう。私の本名はサイカ・シェリンフォード・ホームズ。10年前に君に救われたものだよ。
Oh, that's why the other renegade dude called her like something Holmes, I think. But her name is actually Holmes. Okay, okay, the most famous detective in all the land. Of course, of course. Oh, so she's still alive. She's like, what? My voice comes out in a shout before I curb it. I breathe deeply, but the shock won't subside. Ideal detective is Saika? That can't be. I saw her covered in blood right before me.
サイカちゃんが生きているわけない。僕は彼女の無念を晴らしたくて、これまで頑張ってきたのに。それなのに。
落ち着け。
Ideal comes close and softly cups my cheek. I'm startled by the sudden intimacy, but her arms around my waist keeps me in place.
君はどうやら、あの牢獄での記憶を忘却してしまっているようだ。よほど君にとって深い心の傷だったのだな。無理に思い出そうとして心が壊れてしまってはいけない。徐々に思い出していけばいいさ。あの日、どのようにして私を救い出してくれたのかをな。
I'm still genuinely surprised that we're just getting this out like off the bat. Because yeah, normally in a game they would just keep holding this information until like the end. But no, I guess they're like, hydrangea eyes, hydrangea, you saw that word before, hydrangea eyes. Yeah, they were really upfront with it, so wow, I don't feel as smart as I could have been.
僕は本当にあなたを。
ああ、先ほどみんなの前で語った言葉に嘘はない。君は確かに私を救ってくれた。だから今もこうして生きている。
Okay.
敵は私が思うよりもずっと狡猾で冷酷だった。私一人の力では探偵同盟は全滅を免れない。君の手助けが必要なんだ。
Oh god, so she's talking about the DA's eradication. And before we got whisked to this island, Senior Detective was talking about the Detective Elimination Project or something. So, some kind of force, probably related to the Courting Duke, is just trying to reduce the number of detectives. And they might be related to the DA, like straight up. Maybe someone in the DA is the Courting Duke.
君をこの場に呼んだのは、本当に君の力が必要だからだよ。今はただ、この言葉を信じてくれ。
Ideal gazes at me with a sadness that reminds me of the Saika I once knew. That vulnerable, girlish expression taking the place of her usual sagacity was nearly identical. But I can't help but wonder if this is truly the same person.
本当にサイカちゃんなの？
ようやくその名前で呼んでくれたな。嬉しいよ。
So, can you explain the hair color? A relieved smile spreads across Ideal Detective's face. It doesn't seem like an act. She's sincerely happy to be reunited with me.
覚えておくといい。私たち探偵が本名を伝えるのは、心から相手を信頼した時だけだ。
I completely trusted Senior Detective, sure.
誰が疑おうとも、君が君自身を信じられずとも、たとえ君に疑念を向けられようとも、私は君を信じ続けよう。
I wonder how this game is going to play out, because I feel like by having her on our side, we kind of have a extremely big advantage, and I'm not exactly sure how the drama is going to unfold. We'll see. I don't want to think that she might end up turning on us, but she would be like the biggest quote-unquote twist and or enemy we could have, especially since Watto, I feel like Watto is going to end up trusting her a lot. So I'm like a little bit afraid, but I hope that doesn't come to happen.
だから、私の活躍を隣で見守っていてくれ。そうしていれば、きっと真実も思い出せるはずだろうからな。
So Watto, I guess maybe the event really traumatized him. Of course it did, from 10 years ago, and maybe it's jumbled up his memories. And I guess this is an interesting way of doing it. Instead of just, you know, hiding the secret that she's Saika the entire game, we're going to slowly, I guess, unfold all the memories, or like reveal all the memories that we've kind of forgotten. And that might be a better way of doing this rather than holding the obvious secret a secret. Ideal steps back from me, her expression already reverting to its usual dignified air. Between her countenance as a chief of the DA and as a vulnerable girl, I'm not sure which is real. There's so much cause for suspicion. And yet...
まだ僕には何が正しいのか分かりません。だけど、今のあなたの言葉は真実だと信じます。いや、信じたいんです。
Okay. Yeah, he's believing her.
だって今まで何度も過去に戻ってサイカちゃんを救いたいって考えてきましたから。
I wasn't able to do so back then, so I truly want to believe what she's saying, that Saika's alive. Even if those sweet words are mere deceit.
ただもちろん 100% 信じたわけじゃありません。言われた通り隣で見極めさせてもらいますよ。
That's, a better mindset. Yeah. Like, to not fully trust her yet because, it's in, what you call that? In contrast with his own memories. And even, straight up contradicting it. But we don't know if the problem is with Saika or the problem is with Wato. So, taking the time to figure that out is probably the best solution.
理想さんの言葉が真実かどうか。
ああ、望むところだよ、ワト君。私の一挙一動をつぶさに観察するといい。一つだけお願いするとしたら、理想さん呼びは勘弁してもらいたいな。他人行儀すぎてこそばゆいよ。
We can't call you Saika because in that case everyone else will hear her real name.
二人きりの時くらい、昔のようにサイカちゃんと呼んでくれないか？
When it's only the two of us, okay. But you'll never know who's listening.
いや、それはあなたが本当にサイカちゃんだって信じたわけじゃありませんし。
変なところで意地っ張りなのは昔から変わらないな。
This feels really nice, but like I said before, there's a feeling of foreboding because he's putting so much. I feel like he's going to end up having a lot of trust in her, and she's also the top detective we have on the island, and I feel like this is setting up for either some kind of betrayal or some kind of drama or some kind of traumatic moment that's gonna happen. Maybe there's definitely going to be something that Ideal cannot figure out on her own. That's kind of inevitable given how long this case is. I mean, this game is, but that might mean that there's gonna be some conflict in the coming future, as well as some kind of I don't want to say breakup, but some kind of argument to be had in the future where she might be wrong and she might not believe it. But for now, it feels very reassuring to have someone on our side. And because, before everyone was against us, it's really nice to have someone like her, but I'm afraid of trusting her 100% so far. I really hope it doesn't happen.
じゃあせめて普段からホームズ呼びで頼むよ。こちらの名前は他の探偵にも知れ渡っているから問題ないしな。
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Saying her last name, Holmes, would not be giving away too much because some people might think that they're just referring to Sherlock Holmes because she is the ideal detective. So, and they already know. So, yeah, that's a good compromise.
わかりました。ホームズさん。
よし、有効の処方を踏めたな、ワト君。
Holmes' face beamed with genuine elation. The fact that it's moving me so easily is proof enough that I'm a rookie detective. Come on, Wato Hojo, get it together. The D-pad pings with a notification. The others must have gathered in the living room by now.
さて、それではこの事件にケリをつけるとしようか。
I wonder if Renegade's gonna be there. I follow Holmes as she heads to the living room. I have no clue what she could want from me, but I've decided to trust her for now. If I stay by her side, the truth behind why I was brought here may finally come to light. Okay, we have the entire entourage here. Oh, he is here. All 13 detectives, including Holmes and myself, gather around the room. Holmes adds a few logs to the crackling fireplace before turning to address us.
やあ、探偵諸君。それぞれの役割をこなしてくれてありがとう。みんなのおかげで、老子探偵を八つ裂きにしたトリックの正体をつかめたよ。
I want to see my evidence. I don't know what it is.
教えてください、ホームズさん。一体犯人は誰なんですか？
実に庶民 らしい落ち着きのない男ですわね。犯人の前にまず明らかにしないといけないものがあるでしょ。
She's gonna look at me and be like, why'd you do it? Huh? Why?
明らかにしないといけないものって。
それは老子探偵をどのように殺害したかですわ。家族くんの言う通りだよ。まずは誰がしたかよりも誰にできたかから考え、事件の外堀を埋めていこう。家族くんの考えではどのように老子探偵は殺害されたのだと思う？ズバリシャンデリアのトラップと連動したトリックですわ。
Oh man, that's what I was thinking, but now that she's saying it, I think I'm wrong.
シャンデリアのトラップと連動？それって僕が扉を開けた時に作動した
Yep, that's the thing I remembered. The chandelier had crashed down at the moment I stepped through the entrance of the manor. After that, I was out cold until the DA arrived. Okay, so I've misunderstood something for a while. I originally thought that, like, I wasn't sure that we got here first. I thought maybe other people were here, and then we were jumped. But seeing that again, convinces me that, yeah, no, we were the first one here. That's why it made so much sense that they were suspecting us, because prior to, like, the 6 of them coming here, there was no one else that, like, went up the thing, and when they came here, they just saw us on the ground. The culprit utilized the trap, but for what purpose?
無能くん、粘土で遊んだことはあるかい？
Maybe? Sure?
粘土をできるだけきれいに両断しようと思ったなら、君はどうする？刃物などを使っても、なかなかうまくいかないだろう？
Oh, I think you do use string for that.
学校では
Yeah.
テグスなどの細い糸を巻きつけて引っ張る方法を学んだ覚えがあります。
グッド。ならば次の質問だ。もし粘土を切り刻む原理で鋭利なワイヤーを人間に巻きつけ、思い切り引っ張ればどうなるかな？
それって。
Senior Detective's mutilated body flashes across my mind, and my skin prickles. That wire was definitely sharp enough. If you were to wrap it around someone and yank it, they would be sliced apart almost effortlessly, just like clay.
察しがついたみたいだね。そう。ワイヤーで何かを切ろうと思うなら、巻きつけた後に引っ張るだけでいい。
でもさ、粘土じゃなくて人間の体じゃん？人力で引っ張って簡単に切れるもんなの？ただでさえ
Oh, whoops.
いい質問だな、渋谷くん。そう。このトリックの肝は、どのようにワイヤーを引っ張ったかだ。
I guess they could go for, like, all the limbs at once if you tie the wire correctly. But, like, if we were already here and the chandelier was down, then someone would have noticed that or taken note of that. Was the chandelier already down? I know that they also mentioned that there was a switch that, like, helped put the chandelier back up. But do we have that, like, have we confirmed the state of the chandelier after we woke up?
地下で老子探偵に絡まった状態のワイヤーを引っ張るにはどのような方法があるだろうか。家族くんならわかるかな？
犯人も少しは知恵を使ったようですけれど、私の高貴な脳細胞にはお見通しでしたわよ。ズバリ犯人はシャンデリアの落下を利用してワイヤーを引っ張り上げたのですわ。
Damn it, that's what I thought.
シャンデリアの落下を利用するってどうやって？シャンデリアのある場所は1階のエントランスホールですけど、現場は地下室でしょ？
There's indication that the floor was cut, or at least the carpet, so, like, they slid, like, the nylon string, or whatever string they used to cut the dude, like, through the gap.
やれやれ、庶民にもわかるよ。エレガントに説明して差し上げましょう。
シャンデリアにワイヤーを結びつけて動きが連動するようにしたんだよ。シャンデリアが落下すると自動でワイヤーが巻き上げられる仕組みね。
Oh, I stole my thunder.
ちょっと私に説明させなさい。
Taking too much time. Posh cuts Holmes off with a huff, and then continues where she left off.
犯人は老子探偵を薬か何かで眠らせた後、床へと落下させた状態のシャンデリアにワイヤーをくくりつけたのですわ。その後、床の隙間を通してワイヤーをエントランスホールから地下室へと垂らせば準備完了。 ワイヤーによって2つの空間がつながったのですわ。
Wait, you know, we're kind of getting into this. I thought we would actually like be pointing out contradictions with the evidence that we had, but so far it's just them telling us what it is instead of me actually doing anything.
床にワイヤーを通せるものなんですか？
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
エントランスホールの床は地下に音が届くよう床板に若干の隙間が空いていましたでしょ。地下に届いたワイヤーを老子探偵の体に結びつけた後、シャンデリアを天井へと引き上げれば準備完了。シャンデリアが天井から落下すると、その動きに連動してワイヤーも引っ張られるという八つ咲き装置の完成ですわ。
I'm not exactly sure if this is exactly how the wire was tied around them, but I'll just keep going. I feel like this might not be right.
以上のようにして犯人は自らの手を汚さず犯行時刻の隠蔽も果たした上で老子探偵を殺害してみせたのでしょう。
Actually, there is a problem with my theory, like about Watto activating the trap. Like, how would he have activated it? They'd have to do something like tying a wire to the door. Actually, they could have tied the wire to the door. There's also the switch that we haven't talked about yet, but opening the door activated the trap, which lowered the chandelier or like caused it to crash down. And that might have been possible with the wire, actually, now I think about it.
見事な推理だ。しかし確証が欲しいな。ワト君はこのトリックの痕跡を覚えているかい？
Oh, the trace it left behind. Now that she mentions it, something suspicious did catch my attention during the investigation. It was the scratches on the chandelier, switch on the wall. Wait, let me see the evidence. I thought it was the, there are thin marks on the sturdy chandelier as if they were scratched by something thin. Okay, let's take a good look at all the evidence. Okay, the cross-section of Senior Detective's body were too precise to have been carved by human strength. Bloodstained ceiling. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, okay, yeah, having the body go up that way would make it so that the ceiling would be bloody. Yeah. Fireplace, the fireplace was lit. Without wood, it would go out. The fact that it hasn't means something. That means someone used it recently. But what does that mean? Someone used the fireplace recently. Burnt glove. It was found, while it doesn't seem fireproof, it's still resilient. Scratched chandelier. So this is definitely what we're looking for. And scrap of carpet. This is what I was thinking. The cut is quite clean, much like the cross-section of the Senior Detective's body. And as it turns out, its purpose is to hoist up the chandelier trap. Floor gaps. The floor has slight gaps that allow sound to travel down to the basement below. Entrance door. Okay, so it appears that the doorknob needs to be turned in order to activate the trap. Okay, there we go. So someone has to turn the doorknob. Did we do that? I'm pretty sure we did that. Anyways, it's scratches on the chandelier.
シャンデリアに残っていた傷跡はワイヤーがシャンデリアに引っ張られた痕跡だったんですね。
It's kind of cool how we have like a trust level thing, because like if we throw out like BS or things that don't make sense, people are gonna be like, yeah, he's useless. We're not gonna trust him. But if we keep giving out like facts and things that make a lot of sense, they're gonna be like, huh, maybe incompetent isn't so incompetent, and maybe that's basically our HP bar. And I like how we start off in the middle rather than like a full bar. It's pretty cool.
エクセレント。その通りだよ、ワト君。あのシャンデリアの構造はかなり頑強だ。よほど鋭利なものでも使わない限り傷つかない。それこそ鋼鉄すら切断可能なワイヤーでも使わない限りはな。
ならホームズの言う通り、ワイヤーとシャンデリアの罠が犯行に利用されたことは間違いないだろうね。無能君、気分はどうだい？
He's like, you did it. You killed him.
気分？どういうこと？
鈍いな。シャンデリアの罠によって老子探偵が殺されたということはだよ。
I mean, he's not wrong. If this is how we're going to like, decide is how Senior Detective died, even though it wasn't on purpose, we probably did activate the trap and ended up resulting in Senior's death. So technically we quote-unquote killed him.
君が洋館の扉を開かなければ老子探偵は八つ咲きにならずに済んだってことじゃないか。
Shock lances through my spine, and I begin to break out into cold sweat. So, it was all because of me? If I hadn't triggered the trap, then Senior Detective would still be alive. Even now, I can feel the doorknob in my hand. To think that at the moment, a man was being sliced apart right below my feet.
僕が作動させたトラップで。
初めて人を殺してしまった気分はどうだい？まるで泥の沼に浸ったみたいに悪くない気分だろう。大丈夫。すぐに慣れるさ。
I feel like because they're bringing this up so early, that's gotta be wrong. It's gonna be something else.
下がれ、下道探偵。私がうんと言うまで口を閉じていろ。
そんなに睨むなよ。そそられるじゃないか。
Oh no, she's a sadist and he's a masochist. Like, oh yes, yes.
警告するのは2度までだ。口を閉じろ。
He's like, okay, fine, I'll sit in my corner. Cowed by Holmes, Renegade seems to cut his losses, backing down. Holmes then turns to me, all signs of anger wiped clean from her face.
無能くん、動揺するのはわかるが、落ち込むのは後にしよう。みんなも無能くんを糾弾したり、疑ったりするのは後にしてくれよ。入り口のトラップは他の探偵でも発動は避けられなかったものだ。
That is true. Someone was gonna end up doing it. It just happened to be Watto.
それにむしろ、無能くんはいい働きをしたと言っていい。無能くんの行動のおかげで、犯人の計画は致命的な狂いが生じてしまったんだ。
I think it's gonna be the fact that we actually dodged it because it seems like it was supposed to kill us. Like, it was supposed to drop on our head, but we end up dodging it like, whoa! So, I'm going to assume that maybe someone fixed the chandelier back up, and as a result, someone manipulated with the crime scene.
僕がいい働きを？
What could she mean by that? As much as I want to demand the answer, I wait to hear the rest of her deduction.
なあ、家族の姉さんよ。犯人はシャンデリアの落下を利用してワイヤーを引っ張ったんだよな。ですからそう申していますでしょ。ワイヤーはシャンデリアに連動して。でもよ、普通にくくりつけたんじゃシャンデリアに合わせて老子探偵が上下の移動を繰り返すだけにならねえか？引っ張り上げられた時に殺されたわけじゃねえんだろ。
Honestly, if you tie it right, it would kill it. But I don't know if I'm pretty sure the diagram they showed was not right.
ヤマト君の言いたいことはわかるよ。地下の老子探偵の体を切断するのに必要なのはワイヤーを引っ張り上げる力だからな。
Like, for example, if you wrap the wire not to the chandelier but on the hook above it, and the chandelier would fall, or to the chandelier but also around the hook above it, then when the chandelier falls, the body would actually go up instead. But because she didn't draw it that way, what Rowdy said was technically right.
落下運動に連動しても切断はできないだろうと言いたいのだろう。
落下運動？まあよく言ってることはわからねえけど、多分そんな感じだぜ。
Yeah.
確かにこれは困ったぞ。一体どうすればいいのかな。解説を頼めるかい、家族くん。
それはですね。
無能くん、助け舟をあげてくれ。最初に家族くんと推理を行っていたのは誰であったか覚えているだろう。
That would be Gourmet. There's only one detective who was initially investigating with Posh at the start, and that was Gourmet.
美食さん、あなたならシャンデリアの落下を利用して老子探偵を殺害する方法に気づいているんじゃないですか？
あらあら、美味しいところを取るみたいだから黙っているつもりだったけれど、
God damn it, a
そう
life
い
is
う
that
わ
line
けにはい
here.
かないようね。
Okay, the life was technically on the line, but then the line cut him and what? Never mind.
難しい話じゃないわ。犯人は滑車装置の原理でローシちゃんの体とシャンデリアとをワイヤーで結びつけたのよ。
Yep, a pulley. Yep.
そうそれですわ。滑車装置を利用したのですわ。私ってば度忘れしてしまうだなんて。
Yeah, sure. I'm just imagining suddenly Gujarati just comes in and licks her sweat and be like, this tastes like a liar.
スルベなどに使われているあれですか？それを使えばどうなるんですか？
Come on! It makes it so that when the chandelier falls, the man goes up.
難しい話じゃないわ。図を描きながら解説してあげるわね。シャンデリアの罠は一度落下した後も壁のスイッチを押すとゆっくり天井まで引き上げられることで何度でも使える仕組みだったわ。この引き上げる力がとってもパワフルでね。人より体重の重い私でも
A
軽々と
voluptuous
引き上げてくれた
vixen,
の。
like myself.
私よりずっと身軽なローシちゃんの体なら重さに加わっても全然平気でしょうね。
Not fat, but thick.
シャンデリアの上に乗って一緒に登ったんですか？
ええ、楽しかったわよ。それに天井の近くで貴重な手がかりも見つけられたわ。それは、ワイヤーを引っ掛けていたと思われるフック。それも登山用の強靭なもので凶器のワイヤー層が擦れても平気な材質のね。
I kind of forgot what she said during the investigation, but yeah, this is kind of what I
そ
expected.
のフックを通してシャンデリアにワイヤーをくくりつければ簡単な滑車装置の出来上がり。ついでにこの状態でワイヤーを力いっぱい引っ張ればワイヤーの緩みも調整できるわ。ローシちゃんは天井に貼り付け状態で何もできなかったはず。恐ろしいトリックよね。
老子探偵の獅子に見られた絵師の痕跡は相当長い間天井に貼り付け状態だった証拠だな。ゾッとしないよ。
Wait, that also means that there should definitely be like blood traces on the actually no, but like some kind of trace on the chandelier. I guess there were wire traces, but like the wire in that case should have been pulled up and it should have been visible to most people. So, but nobody saw the wire when we entered, so it's potentially maybe one of the 6 that entered this area first would have been the culprit because they had to hide and reset the evidence.
滑車装置さえ作ってしまえばロープを使うなりしてシャンデリアから降りて準備は完了。誰かが扉を開くのを待つだけというわけですわね。
降りる時に使ったロープはどうやって回収を？
おバカさんですわね。そんなのいくらでも回収方法はありますわ。
That is true.
例えばもやい結びやスリップノットにすれば降りた後に引っ張ってほどくこともできる。今度ゆっくりと教えてあげるよ。
I'll show you sometime. I'm at a loss for how to respond when presented with these kinds of not options as if they're an obvious possibility. Aside from armor, no one seems phased. Sorry. They're like, yeah, armor's dumb. No one seems phased, as if it was just common detective knowledge. I really am terrifyingly out of my depth here.
以上のようにして犯人は私たちがこの島を訪れるよりずっと前にトリックの準備を済ませ洋館を後にしたんだ。
そして僕が扉を開いてトラップが作動したことでワイヤーは滑車装置で巻き上げられて老子探偵の体を引き裂いたんですね。
To think that somebody could orchestrate such a kill while their victim remained down in the basement. I just can't fathom it. I feel a shiver run down my spine at the hidden culprit's ingenuity, as well as their barbarity.
なんと卑劣な犯行か。自分の手を汚さないばかりか、他者の手を借りて惨殺するなど許せないのである。
僕がさっきエントランスホールで見つけた切れた絨毯の断片はワイヤーを地下から上に通していた証拠なんだよね。
Yes.
ええ、断面を調べてみましたが 100% ワイヤーによって切れたものです。
Oh yeah, they did. That's what Techie was analyzing. Oh, it just occurs to me what the fireplace is for. It's for burning away evidence.
おそらく引っ張り上げられた際にワイヤーが床の隙間を通って移動し絨毯が切れたんです。今回の犯人の思考不足がうかがえますね。
証拠を残しすぎなのですわ。この偉大なるピーター・トン家の後継ぎ家族探偵を相手取るには役者不足だったようですわね。
yeah, sure.
だけど、それじゃあ誰が犯人なのだろうね。
それはおそらく扉を開いたそこの庶民ではありませんの。
Oh, the filthy
もともと怪
commoners.
しかったのですし。
いや、 このトリックは準備さえ整えてしまえば、あとは誰かがこの洋館の扉を開くのを待つだけでいい。
Oh, Workaholic's finally on our side. He's like, wait, if he set up this complicated trap, he didn't have to do it himself. Why did he do it? It didn't make sense.
つまり、誰にでも犯行が可能なトリックなんだ。入り口を開いた張本人である無能君だけでなく、私たち探偵同盟のメンバーでもね。
ちょっと社畜さん、何をおっしゃいますの？私たちは今日、本土から数時間かけてこの島に来たんですのよ。私たちに犯行など不可能に決まっていますわ。浅ましすぎる発言は、たとえ庶民といえども許しませんわよ。
Oh, she's so annoying.
研究棟の人らが殺されたのって1日以上前でしょ？だったら今集まってるうちらにも犯行は可能なんじゃね？この島の人たちを皆殺しにして老子探偵を殺すトリックを準備してから本土に戻って何食わぬ顔でうちらに合流する。もし犯人があの八つ咲公ならそれくらい余裕でやるっしょ。
Oh, okay. Nice thinking, downtown.
そんな最低最悪なクソ野郎だからこそうちらはわざわざ集まったんだからさ。
そんな仲間同士で疑い合うだなんて。
おいおい待ちなよ。もっと最悪なパターンがあるだろ。
He's talking out of turn again. Blow him up, blow him up! Renegade cuts in gleefully.
もっと最悪なパターン？それって何のことですか？
決まっているじゃないか。犯人を見つけ出せるならまだマシ。もっと最悪なパターンは犯人がすでに島から逃げ去っていることだよ。
That could be possible, yeah, because this is a remote trap, a remote killing, so they don't have to be here. Ah, no, they do. They have to hide the evidence unless they have an accomplice. The atmosphere tenses in an instant. As much as we hope to believe otherwise, it was a possibility that we couldn't ignore.
仮に今回の一連の犯行が八つ咲公の仕業だとしたら、すでに逃げ去っている方が現実的だよね。だって、探偵同盟の本部を壊滅させることには成功。置き土産に老子探偵を殺害する罠まで残せた。逆にどうして島に残る必要があるのかな。俺ならサクッと逃げちゃうな。そして戻ってこない。そうすれば疑われることもないんだもん。よほど強い意志と目的でもない限りは。
Yeah. No one could argue with Renegade's words. I suppose it takes a homicidal maniac to give us some perspective on another. Just like he said, it'd be counterintuitive for the culprit to remain or even return to the island at this point.
それじゃあこの事件は。
ああ、誰にでも犯行が可能である以上、もう推理しようがない。完全に手詰まりってわけだ。
No, they're still here. I examine everyone's faces again. Their eyes are filled with suspicion and hostility that wasn't there before. But then Ideal will probably butt in and be like, nope, I know who it is. I believe I could trust them just moments ago, but now a dark shadow hangs above us. If the culprit already fled, we'll never track down Senior Detective's killer. But if they're still here, it could very well be among us! Either way, it's a bitter pill to swallow. It's no surprise that the team's morale has taken a hit.
顔を上げろ、探偵諸君。推理はまだ終わっていないぞ。
Stiff upper lip. Never heard that, but I guess it means like, don't show it on your face, try to, continue with the investigation. Holmes' voice dispels the gloom.
確かに、この事件の真相は、どうあがいても悲劇かもしれない。だがそもそも探偵とは、悲劇の後に必要とされる存在だ。我々が悲劇を前に起こしてしまっては、誰が立ち向かうというんだ。
Holmes sent a wink my way before making her announcement.
この事件の犯人は一つ、致命的なミスを犯してしまった。それを今から、私が解き明かしてみせよう。
Is it me dodging it?
悲劇など、我々の手で覆してやろうじゃないか。探偵諸君。
The group falls. That transition was really weird because the music just seems like it was starting up and then it transitioned to this. The group falls silent, listening intently to what Ideal has to say. For this particular trick, anyone could have performed the killing act, so as long as the proper preparations were made. It's possible that the perpetrator has already fled, though if they are still present, they could very well be a part of the DA. Could they have done this like days ago? Because like, that means the old man was hanging there by the wires for like days. That doesn't make sense because he would either like, you know, starve to death, be cut to death just due to the gravity and the string, a very thin string cutting through him, or from like thirst or just different other reasons, bleeding out maybe, I don't know, he would have been dead. How does Holmes intend to turn such a desperate situation around?
まだ自らの推理を話していない子がいるだろ。それが誰か無能くんもわかるだろ。
The investigator who hasn't spoken yet is, I think it's Bookworm, because like Bookworm was like, oh, I found something with the what do you call that, fireplace, but I won't say anything. Hey, that's right.
確かあなたはこの部屋の暖炉を見て何かに気づいた様子でしたよね。あなたは何に気づいたんですか？
こそこそと見ていたんですか。気持ち悪いです。死んでください。と少女はロリコンとおぼしき少年へ蔑みの目を向けた。
She called him a lolicon.
いや、これはその
よさないか、文学探偵。すまないな、無能探偵。この子は少々人付き合いが不慣れなんだ。
Oh, you got that right.
全然気にしてないですよ。
I give a strained laugh as I attempt to recover from the mental blow I was just dealt.
お前もずっと暖炉の件を話したがっていたじゃないか。みんなに話してやれ。
言われずともそのつもりですけど。と少女は不満混じりの声で返事をし、私たちがこの部屋を訪れた際、暖炉に火が灯っていました。この点に違和感を覚え、ずっとその正体を探っていたのです。と少女は自らの考えを口にした。
She was there for quite a while, and then she got help from occult I forgot what it was called, mystic detective.
違和感ですか？その正体って？
この国では馴染みが薄く、知らないのも当然であろうが、暖炉の火というのはそう長く持たないんだ。薪を頻繁に追加してやらなければ6時間も持たない。よくて5時間といったところだろう。
そんなに頻繁な管理が必要なものなんですね。
And some time has already passed since we discovered the body, so the fact that it was still there is suspicious.
でも皆さんの中の誰かが寒いから火を灯したんじゃないですか？もう3月とはいえ、この島は肌寒いですし。
Well, then all we need to do is ask, and if no one did it, then, you know?
殺人事件が起こった館の暖炉を勝手につける探偵がいるわけないでしょ、ドリコン野郎。と少女は犯罪者予備軍の少年を罵倒した。
Oh, God.
それもそうですね。
文学探偵の言う通りだ。私たちの中に暖炉をつけようとする者はいない。いるとしたら犯人だけだ。犯人は何らかの理由を持って暖炉に火をつけた。そしてそれはこの数時間に起きた出来事なんだ。
二人ともいい点に気づいてくれたな。そう、その暖炉に火をつけてしまったことこそ犯人の失策の一つさ。おそらく暖炉の火の持続時間に関する知識がなかったのだろう。だからこそ警察にも暖炉に火をつけてしまった。いや、つけざるを得なかったんだ。
つけざるを得なかった。
Oh, maybe they used this to get rid of the evidence because, like, maybe originally if the chandelier had hit us, we would be bleeding and they'd be like, oh, the blood on the wires probably belongs to this guy, but because we dodged it and we didn't have an open wound, they were like, oh crap, if they discover the wire with the blood, they're gonna know that someone died here.
ああ、このワイヤーを取り扱うのに必要なグローブを処分するためにな。
Oh, no, never mind, it was the gloves. Saying this, Holmes fishes a single black glove from her pocket and waves it at us.
君たちも知っての通り、今回の犯行に使われたワイヤーソーは切れ味が良すぎるゆえに特別製のグローブが必要だ。ゆえにこのグローブの所持がバレれば犯人として疑われる。かといって指紋のべったりついたグローブをどこかへ隠すのはリスクが高い。だからこうするしかなかったのさ。
With that, Holmes flings the glove into the fireplace. It disappears into the flames, hissing all the while. It may have been made of sturdy material, but it clearly wasn't fireproof.
暖炉の中から焼け残ったグローブの残骸を見つけることもできましたよ。と少女はリーダーへと報告した。
I don't think they would do this, but I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna look at the roster and see if... No, I can't see anyone's hands. I was wondering if... I mean, I guess I could see some people. I was wondering if we might be able to see gloves here, and maybe on their portrait they don't have it anymore. So that would be really suspicious, but I guess not.
あの火力で焼け残るとは、炎の精霊イフリートと交流を深めていなかったが
Power of
故の失
Ifrit.
態か。
ちょっと意味不明なのでスルーします。と少女は無視を決め込んだ。
Okay, I agree.
素晴らしい発見だよ、文学くん。これで犯人がワイヤー用のグローブを処理するために暖炉をつけたことは確定した。
Well, that kind of proves that they're on the island.
ではこのことからどんな事実が伺えるかな。魔界くん、君なら。
無論だ。犯人がこの洋館を脱出できたならば、グローブなど適当な場所に放ってしまえばいい。近くに海もあるのだからな。
That's true. That means they must have been in this building and they didn't have a way out.
わざわざ洋館の中で処分したということは、洋館の外に出られなかったということだ。
グッド、その通りだよ、魔界くん。この洋館から研究棟までは一本道。道以外は断崖で、とても人間は降りられない。それに何より、私たちが研究棟に到着してからこの数時間、見張りを欠かさなかったが、洋館から脱出した者は皆無だった。
この暖炉に火を灯した人は、まだ館の内部にいるということですね。と、少女はリーダーの言葉に納得するのであった。
Yep, so they're still here.
この館の内部に。
I did not see any gloves. The detectives eye each other suspiciously. But of course, why wouldn't they? If the culprit is still inside the manor, that means that they're hiding within our group.
落ち着け、探偵諸君。確かに、私たちの中に犯人がいるという事実は悲しいことだが、何よりも重大な事実がある。それは、八つ崎公が確実に、この洋館の中にいるということだ。
The quartering duke is without question inside this very manor.
どうして言い切れるんですか？
君が現れたおかげだよ、無能君。
I don't get this logic, to be honest. But I'm sure she'll explain it. But does that mean the quartering duke is one of the people here? I mean, that's very possible, but...
僕が？どういう意味ですか？
Holmes chuckles lightly before continuing.
八つ崎公にとって、君の存在はイレギュラーに違いないからさ。その証拠に、八つ崎公は2つの致命的なミスを犯している。一つは痕跡を残したこと。おそらく犯人の元々の計画では証拠など残さずに姿を消すつもりだったはずだ。そうすれば下道くんが言っていたように、もう八つ崎公が島から脱出したものと考えざるを得ない。推理のしようがなくなり、混乱に陥っていたからな。
What do we do? I don't remember anything special, other than dodging the chandelier. I see. If the Duke's goal wasn't to put us off the scent, there wouldn't have been any need to engineer such a complex murder. For all intents and purposes, this should have been an unsolvable case.
しかし、そこに無能くんが現れ、予定よりも早くトラップを起動させてしまった上に、入り口で気絶してしまった。
That is true. They expected probably one of the group of 6 to trigger the trap.
もし仮に洋館内に犯人がいたとしたら、さぞ慌てたことだろう。 なぜならこの洋館は窓が全てはめ殺しで、出るには唯一の扉をくぐるほかない。なのにそこには男が倒れている。もし逃げる時に目覚めて顔を見られたら一巻の終わりだ。殺そうにも実力も素性も不明。おとなしく身を隠す他にない。さらにそこへ他の探偵たちまでやってきてしまう。慌てた犯人は隙を見て暖炉で証拠だけ隠滅してしまった。どうだい？しっかりとした筋書きだろ？
Yeah, it makes sense. No one contradicts Holmes' statements. She's right. If there's any irregularity in the culprit's plan, that would be me. I may lack experience, and I failed to save Senior, but it's thanks to me that a major flaw was introduced to the murderer's plan. It's a bit ironic, really.
その可能性があったか。全然気づかなかったよ。
わざわざ混乱を生む発言をしておいてよく言うな。どうせ最初から全て気づいていた上で場を混乱させたのだろ。
Go away, wild card.
お待ちなさい。どうして八つ崎港の犯行だと言い切れますの？八つ崎港の犯行の特徴は常に被害者が2人同時に現れること。確かに研究棟のスタッフに多数の死傷者が出ていますけど、これまでの犯行とは全く。
それが2つ目のミスなんだよ、家族くん。
Stop making mistakes, Posh. Posh falls silent. Holmes turns her gaze to me, then smiles coldly before getting into the heart of the matter. Smiles coldly, oh no.
本来この扉を開けた者は罠に引っかかり、老子探偵と共に死ぬはずだった。
Yeah, we dodged it. We're skilled.
つまり本来殺すはずの2人目の犠牲者を出せなかったことこそが八つ崎港最大の失敗さ。
なんですって？
Now I remember, when the trap sprung, I felt a pain in my head that led me to avoid the trap. But, by all means, I should have died right then. Huh. So, he had a pain in his head. I do remember that. He's gotten pains in his head a lot. Because, like, we had one before entering the room where Senior died, too. That's suspicious. Are we also getting precognition? Do we also have future sight? But we're just not really sure about it? In other words, I narrowly avoided a tragic fate as a quartering duke laid his victim.
はいはい。被害者が2人いたかもしれないからって、八つ崎港の犯行と断定するのは早計じゃないか？模倣犯かもしれないだろ。
You feel me?
分かっていながら尋ねるな、外道探偵。お前もシリアルキラーならわかるはずだろ。これはただの撹乱を狙った犯行ではなく、宣戦布告だ。わざわざリスクの高い手段で老子探偵を惨殺してみせることで、八つ崎港は私たちにこう言っている。
It was a declaration of war! Yes, the DA versus the quartering duke.
真相を解き明かしてみせろ。さもなくば、全員八つ崎にしてやる。
面白くなってきたね。俺も全力で楽しませてもらうとするよ。My Holmes.
With Renegade satisfied, Holmes claps once, turning the attention back to her.
では、今回の事件をまとめるとしよう。八つ崎港は私たちの訪れる数日前に島を訪れ、職員を全員
Ooh, the music's going in. Yeah.
その後、シャンデリアと老子探偵とをワイヤーで結びつけ、罠が作動してシャンデリアが落下すれば、老子探偵が死ぬよう細工。洋館を後にした。後日、研究棟に私たちが訪れたところを見計らって、老子探偵の声で私に連絡。一部の探偵を洋館へと誘導する。
You know, I was gonna say if they were able to mimic his voice, they gotta be a guy, right? Because at the very least, they'll have like the vocal range in order to do it so kind of accurately. But then she was able to do it, so I guess not.
そこで扉を開いた探偵と老子探偵を同時に殺害し、2人の犠牲者を出すことで八つ崎港の犯行であることを示唆。
Oh man, the sax is going in.
それと同時に犯人である八つ崎港が 島の外へと逃げ出せた可能性を示すことで私たちを混乱に陥れるはずだった。だがそこでイレギュラーが生じる。それは計画外の人物が計画外の時間に罠を作動させたことだ。
I'm still. Wato's got to have some powers. Because of the headaches that he gets. It's like it's helping him avoid danger, similar to like what was it, Dolful? But Dolful just gets into danger while he has some way to avoid them.
そのイレギュラーのせいで犯人は洋館の外へ出られず慌てて証拠隠滅を図った。その結果不自然に暖炉に火が灯り証拠品も焼け残ってしまった。以上のことから八つ咲公が今どこにいるか、無能くん、イレギュラーの主である君が結論を告げろ。
He's still inside the manor.
八つ咲公はこの洋館の中にいます。
I honestly thought she was gonna be like, which room is she in? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. This one?
八つ咲公は私たちのすぐそばにいる。無能くんが生み出してくれたこの一筋の光明を逃すわけにはいかない。ここまではやられてばかりだったが反撃開始といこう。
So there's no way that we're actually gonna catch the Duke now. It's way too early. It's literally case 1.
私たち全員で追い込んでやろうじゃないか。この嘘にまみれた悲劇を終わらせるために。
So what do we now? Oh, case overview. Culprit unknown, dismembered by wire saw. Culprit killed senior detective by using a chandelier trap and wire saw. Note, this gimmick was set up in advance, making it hard to pin down the culprit. They remain unidentified, but must be inside the manor. Okay, we got an S rank. I didn't know we got ranks in this. That means that... does that mean we're not gonna catch them? We have evidence that they're here, which is honestly like a pretty big thing, but we don't know who it is. It seems that the case is over.
でもまあ通り魔、事件の推理はここまでってことでよくね。
But why? Given the situation, downtown's casual demeanor feels monumentally out of place.
解ける謎はあらかた解けて、これ以上は犯人を踏んづかまえて問いただせばいいじゃん。うちはもうお腹が減りすぎてヘリンボーンだよ。
You do realize that's a big part, right?
一旦休憩にしようよ。みんなお疲れモードだし、これ以上話しても拉致あかんべ。
さすがは渋谷殿、良いことを言うのである。
Goddammit, Armor!
どうせ犯人はこの洋館から出られぬのであろう。ならば我らがまず行うべきは犯人との開口に備え兵器を養うことである。
You're also giving them more time to regain their strength and prepare.
それもそうだな。本土からこの島までの移動時間も含めれば私たちはすでに半日以上休みなしで活動を続けている。
Holmes chuckles ruefully at Downtown and Armor's comments, but speaks with a clear, firm voice.
渋谷くんの言う通り、交代で洋館の出入り口を見張りながら食事をとることにしよう。
This is not going to turn out well. With Holmes' words, the group lets out a collective sigh of relief. No one has to say it. We are all clearly exhausted. The detectives chatter away as we head towards the dining room. The atmosphere has become... Wait, whoa. There was a noise just now. It was like a rumbling. The atmosphere has finally become calm and relaxed. Oh, Jesus. Despite that, the tightness in my chest won't disappear. I groan quietly as I feel another migraine coming on. It's just like when the chandelier fell, as if I'm not myself.
無能先輩、大丈夫？頭痛いの？バフィロンあげようか？
無理は良くないのである。さあ、食堂までおんぶするから我に捕まってくれ。
There's something wrong. What is it though?
大丈夫、大丈夫。だから本部は勘弁してください。
After some time, the pain recedes, but I can't understand it. Why is my body such a wreck right now?
渋谷さん、念のために後でバフィロンもらっていいかな。
It's really suspicious. What's the deal?
りょう、もちろん OK だよ。先輩には借りもできちゃってたみたいだしね。
借り？
まあ、通り魔食堂行こう。置いてかれて変な疑いかけられたら最悪だしね。
Downtown doesn't wait for me to respond, instead pulling my hand and leading me into the dining hall. The dining room is buzzing with chatter. Some ingredients were left in the refrigerator, so Gourmet Detective cooked us a meal. Workaholic, Renegade, and Doleful agreed to keep watch while the rest of us gather around the lengthy dining room table.
Hi, みんな。
Oh yes,
お料理がで
Gourmet!
きたわよ。
Wait, it says, who's watching Workaholic, Renegade, and Doleful?
ちゃんと材料は私が毒味しておいたから安心してね。
毒味したって、それで死んだらどうするんですか。僕のフレンズ、鑑識遊具ペロペロ君を使えば簡単に
The
調べられ
Quickie
たのに。
Licky! Oh, trust me, there are some people that would love to eat poison. I'm looking at you, Apothecary Diaries.
悪いな、科学の坊ちゃん。でもよ、美食の姉さんなら毒くらい平気だぜ。なんたって姉さんの舌はあらゆる毒を美味しく食べれちまうんだからな。
Yum!
ヤマトちゃんってば
You
そ
monster!
の言い方じゃまるで私がモンスターみたいじゃないの。
Monster!
ただ単に子供の頃からいろんな毒を試食してきたおかげで毒に耐性ができたというだけよ。
Cyanide has too much of a
生
kick though.
酸カリとかはお口が痛くて食べられないしね。
噂通りの超味覚。恐ろしい人ですね。
A super palette. Let's look at our lexicon. Oh, wait a second. I checked some of these. Classified detective. Is there new information? Yeah, this is about the Y clan. I know I checked out Detective Gentleman as well. This is the person who switched his name. Oh, there are some new ones, like the Q incident. This phrase indicates events, individuals, creatures, or phenomena that are deemed to have a potential impact on the future of the country. Q stands for quintessential, but there are many theories about what this really means. The mysteries abound. Any subject designated a Q incident is limited to authorized individuals, who are permitted to employ extra legal measures in order to deal with them. If, however, a Q incident is not deemed a threat, then no restriction are placed on its activities. As a matter of fact, Ideal Detective is one of the few individuals designated as a Q incident, and she leads a DA free of restraint. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we got these some of these words from the investigation. I think you got this from going to the red lights. Super palette. Gourmet Detective excels in her analytical ability to connect sense and taste to foods. Oh wait, is that like synesthesia? I think it's called. Her past experiences have given her a strong resistance to poisons and molds, making her uniquely optimized for this power. The most extreme aspect of Super Palette is that it is capable of sniffing out the scent of lies. Oh my god, she doesn't taste the taste of a liar, she smells it. I smell the scent of a liar. Oh man, that's really broken for a detective. While much research remains to be done on this, people react to emotions, causing changes to components in the bloodstream, as well as the particles that make up sweat. Sweat. For creatures with keen noses, such as dogs, research has shown that compositional shifts like these can be detected via olfaction. The same is believed for Gourmet. Unlike Rowdy's more universal senses, however, if Gourmet is unable to perceive something as food, she can't work her magic on it, a downside to her ability. So she's like, oh man, this sweat soup is not soup, I can't do it. Oh, the D-pad. I think we already saw this though. Yeah, we didn't, wait, actually no, there are some additional details. I'll read it from the front. Members of the DA are provided with this personal tablet device. Each D-pad, detective pad, has a symbol on it and a unique ID code engraved on the back, allowing the device to function as proof of the owner's affiliation with the DA, in addition to serving as their sole means of communication with HQ. D-pads possess a special communication device system, so the contact is still possible even in remote areas without regular network coverage. Additionally, it contains detailed maps of the entire country as well as various in-depth data on cases, making it an indispensable tool for any detective. Apart from that, D-pads possesses a myriad of other features and classified information, and thus have several layers of internal encryption. Their exteriors are also crafted from a special material that makes physical damage, disassembly, and analysis almost impossible. Huh, oh, that's really useful. Upon reaching rank 50 or beyond, a detective may have their device's size and design customized as a reward. Within the DA, having one's own custom D-pad is a mark of a full-fledged detective, so everyone has that except for me. I think the new part here was the bottom, which is the customization of it. So does that mean I missed some stuff with like this and like this? I don't think so, but Oh wait, detective gentleman. According to his apprentice, however, he is surprisingly easy to manipulate once a beautiful lady is involved. And classified detective. The clan always acts under the guidance of family head Mikazuki Iwai, solving cases quickly and dispassionately. No, I think that's the same. Yeah, some of these are definitely repeats. Foiled bombing at the Tokyo government building. This was one of the things that I think Ideal solved. The government building turns into a giant robot during emergencies, right? That I gotta see. The case began with this simple prank phone call. The culprit, who calls himself Jack the Bomber, coerced the authorities into playing their games, which they had modeled after a variety of well-known urban legends, threatening to bomb the government's main offices should his players lose a game. Jack toyed with the police while holding thousands of lives hostage. However, once the Alliance dispatched Ideal Detective, she bested each and every game with aplomb. Upon apprehending the criminal, who had been enjoying the show from the front row, she was able to prevent the bomb's detonation. Ideal's success with this case garnered her widespread recognition within the police force, ultimately earning the DA their trust. Ah, that was a big case then. Foiled mass shooting in Akihabara. One day, a puzzling announcement of a planned mass shooting was posted on the internet out of the blue. Authorities wrote it off as a prank, but Ideal Detective, who had managed to crack the poster's hidden message, realized the gravity of how many lives were in danger. While the police blindly attempted to set up a stakeout, Ideal headed to a certain maid cafe and requested that her server draw a message for her in ketchup on her omelet rice. Give it everything you've got, okay? I just need you to write, I am the culprit. Realizing that the Ideal had seen through their entire ploy, the culprit abandoned the plan. Thus, Ideal was able to close the case before it could produce even a single victim. Oh, okay. Wow, she already knew who that was.
なにこの和風パスタ、超美味しいんだけど。美食さん、食べるだけじゃなく作る方もパラいんだね。
うん、出汁がよく効いているね。濃厚なのに爽やかな風味が後を引く味わいだ。
It's a spaghetti.
さて、これは一体何の出汁かな？渋谷くん、考えてみるといい。
うちですか？食事の時くらい謎かけは勘弁してくださいよ。
Too much work.
うちじゃわかんないですって。
I just want food.
人生はすべてミステリーだ。いついかなる時も謎を探してしまうのは探偵のサガというものさ。
我は分かったぞ。この甘酸っぱい風味、レモンであるな。
Because Armor is saying this, it is wrong.
いや、さすがにレモンでは出汁は取れない。
I knew it.
何？あんな汁気がたっぷりなのに、バカな。
Lemons.
いや、汁気と出汁は関係ないでしょう。つうかあんた、そんな鎧姿でどう食べてるわけ？
It goes through my eye hole, which then goes through my mouth.
ん？このようにして兜の隙間からすするのだが。
I was joking, man. I was joking.
気持ち悪い。本当に嫌いなんですけど、あなたのこと。
ブン、人参をこっそり私のスープに入れるんじゃない。ちゃんと野菜も食べないと大きくなれないぞ。
人参は
carrots.
臭くてまずいから嫌。それにビタミンは健康には影響を及ぼしますが、体の成長には効果を与えないものと記憶してます。よって食べなくても特に体が大きくならないことはありません。あなたの論理は破綻していますと。少女は微塵の破綻もない正論で
Destroying with facts and logic.
へりくつはいいから食べんか。せっかく美食探偵がしっかりと煮込んでくれて食べやすくなっているんだぞ。
文学さん、魔界さんの言う通りですわよ。探偵たるもの、好き嫌いをしてはいけませんわ。懐かしいですわね。私も子供の頃はもやしが全然食べられなくて苦労したものです。今は
もやし。家族探偵は探偵の名家ピンカートン家の出身なのにもやしなど食べていたのですかと。少女はイメージと異なる発言に目を丸くした。
He's calling you a peasant.
ギク
Oh, counter.
ピンカートン家も近年は苦労していてな。警備業務がなりわいだと聞いている。それを立て直した才女こそそこの家族。
That's right. You're not hot shit no more.
余計なことは は言わなくてもよろしいですわ。ピンカートン家は今も昔も最高の探偵です。私が八つ崎港の正体を暴き、その事実を証明して差し上げますから、見ていてくださいまし。
I'm unable to mask the surprise on my face as I listen to the others chat in harmony.
あれだけ凄惨な事件の後でも普通に食事が取れるなんて、みんなすごいな。
I, on the other hand, haven't been able to take a single bite of the food on my plate. Before me is a savory soup full of hearty vegetables, toasted baguette slices, and fluffy eggs scrambled together with smoked meat. All the food looks as delicious as it is inviting, yet I can't will the hand holding my spoon to budge even an inch. No matter how hard I try, I can't keep the grisly sight from earlier out of my head. Everyone else saw the same thing as me, but I'm the only one paralyzed by it. How pathetic can I be? I mean, I'm a member of the Alliance myself. I need to strengthen my mental fortitude so the murder scenes won't bother me this much.
顔が引きつっているぞ。大丈夫か？
Holmes is seated next to me, her voice a low whisper, such that only I can hear it.
ごめんなさい。ちょっと考え事をしていただけなので気にしないでください。
嘘が下手だな。殺人事件の現場を目撃したショックで食欲が湧かないんだろ。
I gawk at how easily she sees through me.
その顔を見れば誰だってわかるさ。それに探偵たるもの、誰もが経験することだからな。
そうですよね。僕も早くなれるよう努力します。
おいおい、そんな必要はないぞ。むしろ逆だ。
Gotta kill more people.
殺人事件の現場に慣れてはいけない。
どういうことですか？
I blurt out the question before I can stop myself.
言葉通りの意味さ。確かに私たち探偵は悲劇の現場に直面しやすい。だがその光景に慣れて日常のように思ってはいけない。
And this one OST makes me have like mixed feelings because at one point it feels like really calm and nice, but when the violin starts like doing that da-na-na-na-na, it just sounds kind of menacing, which I guess is very fitting in this kind of game because even the most like calm and like nice moments could be disrupted at any second.
よく見ろ。みんな口調こそ明るいが、時折真剣な面持ちを見せる。気持ちを切り替えるべく、意識的に明るく話しているんだ。防ぐことのできなかった悲劇に、心が負けないようにな。
You gotta cope.
意識的に明るく。
Fake it till you make it. Aww. Everyone's trying their best. Looking at the group, I can see hints of tension during the lulls in conversation. I see. So it's not that everyone just instantly moved on from Senior Detective's murder. Rather, they're steeling themselves, shrouding their weaknesses as they continue to untangle this mystery.
悲劇を日常と思う者に、探偵を名乗る資格はない。
Considers death and violence a daily reality. Has no business calling themselves a detective.
悲劇を憎み、勇気を持って覆せるような強い心を持った者こそが探偵なんだ。だからバト君、君も強くあれ。どんな悲劇にも負けない本物の探偵になるんだ。
はい。
My hand is still frozen in place, gripping my spoon, but no matter how long it takes, I'll finish this meal in front of me. Not only that, I'll become a real detective, just like Holmes said.
みんなすぐに集まってくれ。
Uh-oh. Workaholic's voice echoes through the room. I turn to see his flustered face at the doorway.
研究棟前のヘリポート付近で何かが光ってる。もしかしたら犯人がヘリコプターで逃げようとしているのかもしれない。
Huh. The group rushes outside the manor.
あれを見てごらんよ。一体あんな場所で何が光っているというんだろうね。
何かとても危険な気配がします。近づいてはいけない。
Some serious danger. Renegade points off into the distance, where something is definitely shining. The paved area over there is a heliport, which means that the light could belong to a helicopter. Though I didn't see anything there when I checked before.
俺にはうっすらと見えるぜ。楕円状の巨大な何かがヘリポートの上に立ってやがる。
Big and oval and standing.
真っ黒に塗られているみたいではっきりとは見えねえが、危険な気配がビンビンに伝わってくるぜ。おそらくは敵の野郎の罠だろうな。
It might be one of those things that Watto saw 10 years ago, because I remember when he was being chased, we saw this giant black blob with like red eyes just kind of going after and slicing.
でも確認しないわけにもいかない。もし本当にヘリコプターだったなら逃走を許してしまうことになるからね。
お待ちなさい。私たちがあのヘリポートの前を通った時は何もなかったではありませんの。
Maybe it just arrived.
ヘリをあの場所に用意することなど不可能ですわ。
あのヘリポートの地下には機材の格納庫があると聞いたことがある。こうして私たちを洋館に引き寄せて今脱出を図ろうとしているとしたら。
議論している暇はないな。早く向かおう。
Without delay, Ideal begins doling out orders to each detective.
社畜くんに家族くん、渋谷くん、科学くん、それに魔界くんと文学くんはこの場に残ってくれ。
Workaholic, Posh, Downtown, Techie, Mystic, and Bookworm.
私たちが離れた隙に敵はこの洋館を狙ってくるかもしれない。十分に警戒しておいてくれ。
Wait, do they have any of the physically gifted ones here? Workaholic, Posh, Downtown, Techie, Mystic, and Bookworm. Maybe Mystic? I'm not sure.
はい、確かに任されました。リーダー、どうかお気をつけて。
こちらは我々に任せろ。必ずや本陣は守り抜いてみせよ。
ああ、信頼しているよ。私の愛しい探偵諸君。武装君とヤマト君、美食君、下道君は私と共にヘリポートへ向かってほしい。
Armor, Rowdy, Gourmet, and Renegade accompanies Ideal to the heliport. Wait, that means there are still a few out there. So we're on Posh, Downtown. That means there's still 2 left. So it's going to be. Actually, there should be 3 left. It's me and 2 others. I don't remember who.
ヒゲク君にはヤマト君と共にそこの高台から様子を伺ってほしい。
Now, Doleful will be high ground.
何か異常があれば私に連絡を。
僕も投降します。
Doleful interrupts Holmes, his voice wavering.
声も足も震えているぞ。君のその体質でよほど恐ろしい何かを感じ取っているのだろう。本当に平気なのか。ヤマト君と共に遠くから見張ってくれているだけで十分だぞ。
I thought Rowdy was going with you. Yeah, Rowdy is. I want you to accompany me.
怖いですけど、僕の名探偵体質は自分の身に危険が迫らないと発動しません。だから遠目からでなくホームズさんの隣でちゃんと警戒したいんです。よく言ったぜ、ヒゲクの坊ちゃん。あんたのことは俺が必ず守り抜いてやっから安心しな。僕こう見えて17歳なんだけど。年上かよ。すまねえ。お詫びに一発かましてやってくれ。
Don't have the time for that.
さて、無能君。君はどうする？もしかしたら先ほどの事件よりもさらに恐ろしい目に遭うかもしれないぞ。この洋館に残るか、私と共に行くか。どうしたい？
Sounds like a safe spot. Do we actually get to choose?
僕は
Oh, we do. Oh, we only have one choice. Honestly, I was going to go with them, but I wonder if it's like in New Game Plus or something, we'll have the other choice.
ホームズさんと共に行きます。僕だってもう探偵同盟の一員ですから。
そうか。そう言ってくれて嬉しいよ。
I'm genuinely surprised that we only had one choice.
それでは探偵諸君、向かうとしようか。
Towards the light!
敵の罠が待ち受ける普段の光のもとへ。
I feel an odd sense of calm on the mountainside path, despite the underlying tension. It's likely because I'm surrounded by so many talented detectives. As long as we're together, there's nothing we can't handle. I'm sure of it. And most importantly, Holmes is by my side. She's without a doubt the finest detective around. Her abilities are, well, ideal as the chief of this skilled bunch. We've only spent a few hours together up until now, and yet getting to experience the talents of the DA's members has been enough to eclipse even the Duke's overwhelming tyranny. Honestly speaking, no matter how fearsome this Duke is, I can't imagine these detectives could ever be defeated. Even with the uncertainty of whatever the trap our investigation may uncover, I rest assured that everything will be fine. Once I press A, it's gonna be like, but I was wrong.
ヤマト君。
Oh, never mind.
だいぶ降りてきたが、光の正体はつかめたか？
すまねえ。輪郭は見えちゃいるんだが、何かまではまだ判別がつかねえんだ。
Black oval.
でも、どうやらヘリコプターではなさそうだぜ。見た目はなんだか、巨大なドラム缶に光る目玉がついているみてえだ。
It's the shiny eye.
巨大なドラム缶？
It's getting increasingly difficult to determine what the object may be. Helicopter or not, we should have been able to identify it by now. Naturally, our pace begins to quicken.
気をつけてね、理想ちゃん。なんだかとっても、きな臭い香りがするわ。
そそる思考じゃないか。敵はなかなかにいいセンスをしているよ。
飛脚殿は下がっていてくれ。何があろうとも、我がみんなを守ってみせる。
This combination of doleful and armor is pretty good because one senses danger and one is protects from danger. Oh, as we talk, the lights draw closer. Until I knew it.
やろう！動き始めたぞ！
動いたって。
As Rowdy shouts, the light which had been glowing in front of us begins to approach. At that moment, Dolfo's face goes white, and he lets out a cry beside me.
皆さん、逃げてください！これは、この気配は、逃れられない死の気配です！
探偵諸君、洋館まで走って戻るぞ！
At Holmes' command, we turn our backs to the light and begin to run. In a distance, I hear an ominous mechanical sound. The noise grows louder and louder until it's bearing down upon us. When I look back, a horrific figure is practically on top of the group. No, not armor, no! I hear armor heading towards the sound, but then... Armor's scream echo from behind. What could have happened? We need to help him, but is there anything I can do? What in the world is going on back there? Even if I won't make a difference, it's still better than not even trying. With my mind made up, I do an about face. The first thing I notice is Holmes, who must have turned around herself. Then right in front of my sight, I spot it. A colossal, ominous black shadow. Just as Rowdy had said, it resembles a giant metal drum. Its figure, several meters tall, looms above us. It looks down, then rushes forward while emitting a shrill mechanical noise. The trauma I suffered years ago resurfaces in my mind. This was the very same thing that attacked us back then. But why is it at the D8 headquarters? The comment slips from Holmes' mouth, as if the presence of this thing confirmed her suspicions. She braces herself and lifts her fist before issuing her command.
振り返るな。私が時間を稼ぐから、君たちは先に行け。
そんなこと。
行けと言っている。君たちが束になったところで、こいつにはかなわない。
What are you gonna do?
バカ野郎！しんがりなら俺の方が。
True.
ヤマトちゃんよりも理想ちゃんの方がずっと強いわ。
Oh God.
悔しいけど、ここは任せましょう。
She's buff? I didn't know.
僕のせいでまた人が。
I don't really think it's your fault. In fact, you're the reason why most of us are alive.
泣いてる暇はないだろう。俺たちにできることを探すとしよう。
I guess in order to be the ideal detective, you have to have at least one martial arts mastered. Despite our conflicted feelings, the group begins to run. What should I do? Can I really just leave Holmes behind?
また僕は君を守れないのか。
何度も言わせないでくれ。
Holmes glances my way. Her profile beams with a deep, genuine happiness.
私はかつて君に救われたんだ。 今度は私に君を救わせてくれよ。
I steel myself and turn my back to Holmes. Then I take off in a sprint with every ounce of my strength in my body, as if I'm running from the very reality unfolding behind me. Oh damn, she's really brawling with it. I hear a grating, clangorous sound, as if something metallic were being struck. The overbearing noise that had been pursuing us now recedes into the distance. It must be Holmes' doing. She's the chief of the DA for a reason. Surely, she could be holding her own against that monstrous thing. Maybe, just maybe, my concern is misplaced. It'll be fine. If anyone can handle this and make it back safely, it's Holmes. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna get the... Uh-oh. As if sensing Holmes' gratitude, I find myself turning around to face her. And behind me, I see a fountain of bright crimson spray into the moonlight. Oh god. Oh no. Ooh. I was wondering like how we're gonna continue on the game with her as our party member, because she's so smart. But no, yes, they're gonna get rid of her so that she's out of play. Oh god, I didn't expect that at all. It catches the light briefly before showering down on the ground. A beautiful white figure is suspended amidst the scarlet. Her presence, which felt so imposing only a moment ago, seems insignificant now. Her limbs, once graceful, now hang like a marionette with its strings cut. The sight seems so unreal. I doubt my own eyes, however. The sound of rending flesh and spraying blood snaps me back to reality. The blades of that pitch-black monster pierces through her slender body, arcing upwards into the sky with strings of red. Keeps going, oh my god. The merciless act is repeated once, twice, 3 times in a vivid, unadulterated display of violence. Saika's body, which had barely remained standing, begins to sink limply towards the ground. I try to yell, but no words come out. My throat quakes, unable to muster the sounds. As her body slumps to the earth, my voice finally rings out. Saika-chan! Oh Jesus! That's how this game starts. Oh wow, we have an intro too. Is she really dead? Holy crap! I'm like stunned. Oh wait, we have that scene. No, she's gonna come back. There's no way. I'm actually... I don't know what to say. Serial killer versus 14 detectives. Detective rank 100. Incompetent. You have 4, 9, and something. Renegade. Gourmet. Posh. Workaholic. Doleful. Techie. I like this one. Armor. Rowdy. Senior. I like this opening. It's chaotic. Mystic. Bookworm. Oh. Bookworm's got some other stuff. Downtown. Ideal. Got the brain. There's something about his headaches that's gonna come into play. Oh, we still see her. Nine hours remain. Oh, wow. So, I wonder if the group is gonna believe this, like, trust in us now to give orders. Whoa! What was that at the end? A renegade versus Watto? For someone who apparently just died, they're really showing Ideal a lot. the green tunnel, which is where the incident happened 10 years ago. Process of elimination. She can't have died already. Oh man. Alright, you know what? I think I'm gonna stop here for today. We went through like the first case, I'm pretty sure. And now we're in like some kind of like, it feels like the genre shifted. We're no longer in like a mystery, we're in a horror. But what is that giant black thing? That's the thing that killed Saika in his memories 10 years ago. You know, I thought it was really interesting how we figured out all the details of the case except for the killer. I was thinking if there's gonna be like a killer or a victim every case, the cast is gonna wind down significantly, but no, we only found there was only a victim. We know the killer's among us, but we don't know who it is, and I thought that was really interesting. I rarely ever see it like this. But now we're clearly on to another case. Something else is happening. We saw the intro and everything, so I hope the chapter doesn't end right after I finish this, but I'm gonna end it here for today. But we'll continue with this case next time, and until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!